Right, Dean, a big 3 points in the end and a resilient performance. So what are your thoughts on this evening's match?
It was a very tough game. Very, very pleasing to think that, we were behind twice. And so, yeah, it's great to sort of keep this momentum going. And at the minute, we do have to, wherever possible, look to get maximum points. So, yeah, pleasing that we've ended up with a win.
So you mentioned we had to come from behind twice. What do you think of our goals?
I thought, our goals, the first one was actually, I thought, a decent goal because thankfully we put a ball into a decent area. You could see sort of like they were quite dominant aerially. They had a few big lads on there, so they were winning most of it. And the keeper was quite keen to come off his line, so actually it was a real quality ball from Tom. And a good header from Max. Obviously, the penalty, Cam got that, so it was into a good area. But yeah, I thought, and a great reaction from Dan to get the winner. So yeah, three decent goals.
So 6 wins in a row now. What was the main defining factor in getting us over the line tonight?
Well, I would say I think what's helped us tonight is like the strength in depth we've got at the moment. I think our bench was a factor. They didn't. I think they made one change right towards the end when they only really had to. Whereas we had one enforced change, which is always a bit difficult. With Spence sort of going down in the first half, but obviously Adam's a great replacement. And I think now we've been quite fortunate in the last few games where we've got a lot of sort of like for like to come off the bench. So I think the lads that are starting to see that there's 5 very strong players. And we've had that for quite some time now, albeit the personnel is changing a little bit. But I would say for the last few games, we've had some great options to change it. And if you can put sort of 5 fresh players on against a team that sort of ran the socks off for 90 minutes, it's got to make a bit of a difference, and thankfully it did.
Absolutely. So just a single goal difference in the end. What other positives did you see from tonight?
On the whole, I think we did do quite well, even when we went to goal down. I have to say that I thought they had, their 2 goals were very, very good goals. From a coaching perspective, I looked at them and thought, the right back particularly was outstanding. But I think, taking them to one side, we did. We are defending quite well. Yeah, it's disappointing if you're conceding 2 goals at home. But I did think, we had sort of, good control spells in the game. We are looking sort of very, very unified as a group. So, that's always a big positive to take.
So Windscale won 5 out of the last 6 before this evening. Did tonight play out the way you expected, or do you expect a different kind of game from them?
Well, I always knew it would be a tough game because I looked at them and it was almost like sort of Windscale have ended up in the position that we were earlier on in the season, as in they're still in a few cups. I think they're in a cup sort of over their way. So they've got games in hand on us. Now, they would have been looking at us. I think sometimes when you've got a little bit of a target to aim for and think, right, actually, if we can get 3 points here and then win our games in hand, and they're having a very, very good season. I think they're probably having their best season in the league. So thankfully, we've put ourselves in a very strong position against the teams below us and restricting the ability for them to catch us. But obviously that's still based on us, carrying on and keep picking up 3 points.
So we've already defeated Windscale by a large margin, and next game we'll have Darlawari, who were also defeated by a large margin last month, which was the 5-0 here. What's the plan to get another 3 points this time, and will it be a rollover?
We'll have a few changes because we've got a few lads away this weekend, and again, that's what's important with regards to the strength of the squad that we've got. But we're very, very comfortable with the lads that will come in after some of the enforced changes that we'll have to make. But my message at the moment is clear. We've got to keep getting. We've still got to keep getting better, But that's actually quite hard to do, because we're doing well, and we're winning games. So you look at it and think, well, actually, we're doing it right. But there's always things you can improve, and sometimes it just has to be little bits, and sometimes that can be just how we go into games, how we prepare for games, our attitude, and we'll always have moments in games where the opposition might be sort of a little bit more dominant. You can never have the game all one way for a full 90 minutes. But I think we manage those spells a lot better now, and that's what we've got to continue to do.